Hey house guests, it's your girl Rap Famous Star. I am back for episode 7 of Big Brother. Now, I am not sure I want to continue this coverage of this season, only because, not because it's not going the way that I want. That's not it. It's the behind the scenes stuff that the show is not showing about Taylor. So I don't know. And I kind of want to stick to the challenge and covering that, but I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys want me to still cover this. I know I'm really just talking about the episode, but I love Big Brother. I've been watching since season 6, and I have not missed an episode. Even if I missed an episode, I went back and watched it later. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Please comment below, like, subscribe, whatever you feel. But I'm just not sure because, one, I don't know why. Also, my phone also takes forever to upload, to upload a video. So, I'm not sure if I want to keep putting myself through that. And I go back to work next week, so I'm like, I don't know. So, let's talk about this episode. This long episode. I took, 3 pages? 3 pages of notes. Front and back, of course. Just, 1.5, I guess. So this last episode left off with Pooch and Taylor on the block, both thinking at this time that they are pawns. Michael does not use the POV on them, and so yeah, that's basically where we're at. And I have to think that I would never nominate myself to go on the block. If you're gonna put me up on the block, it's because you decided to put me on the block. And I'm coming for everybody that decides to put me on the block, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know why he thought that. And, literally, if you come up with this plan of someone should go up against Taylor, don't make that you. I wouldn't have. But anyways, so Pooch talks to Amira to, make sure he has the votes and, counting votes. And Amira's just like, yeah. You know, trying to assure him because it was her idea of getting Pooch out. Next segment with Kyle and Alyssa. I didn't really write too much down about them because it seems like they like each other, but it seems like he doesn't want to make that his game. Who knows what could happen when they get out of there? And I hate when people are like, who knows what it'll be like in 5 months? Basically, you're telling me you're dumping me now. That's what I get. Because they could be, each other's types in the real world. I didn't think Tyler and Angela would be a thing. I was like, nah, there's no way. But then, they're still rocking. You know what I'm saying? They didn't showmance it too hard. I mean, at the beginning. But, they did showmance it pretty hard, especially towards the end. But, I was like, there's no way they're going to last. So, you never know. They're kind of giving me not Tyler and Angela vibes because they're nothing like them, but the feeling of, are they going to last? That's kind of what I get from them. So they seem into each other and they seem really cute, but at the same time, if you're trapped in a house, me personally, this is how I would think. If I'm trapped in a house and I'm only looking at the same, now it's down to 7 guys. Half of them you can weed out automatically. Half of them, don't give you the time of day. And then you're down to Kyle, and he does fit partially for Alyssa, the type that she's probably into, or the best out of the bunch, I would say. I don't think in the real world, I saw this on somebody else's podcast, that they would really link up. So, who knows about that? Now, this next part, Turner, he's interesting. I forgot he was on the show for quite a while. I don't even know if I've said his name unless I don't think I've said his name in a while. But Turner has all these unusual, random talents. When he was naming the 50 states, it just sounded like this. Blah, 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 Utah, blah, 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 Florida. Blah. Like, that's what I heard. Those were not in order. But that's what I heard. He can lick his elbow. Moving on. So, Monty doesn't agree with the Pooch plan and tries to kind of counter-campaign. It's not really working because a lot of people are already decided on this. Kyle and Monty know of the plan, but Joseph doesn't. Joseph and Turner at this time did not. Alyssa pretty much tells Kyle about the girls. She doesn't say the alliance, but Kyle kind of puts it all together that, like, they're using Taylor as part of their game to, like, perpetuate them forward and blah, blah, blah. So Alyssa's probably telling too much about the stuff that is going on that she should not be telling Kyle, because he's not in all of her alliances. I don't even think, well, maybe they're in Poe's pack, but that's probably it. I don't even know who's in Poe's pack because that alliance is so stupid. Taylor is making sure she's not being played, and it's like she is, but she isn't, because they would rather have Pooch out at this time. And it's not that they want to keep Taylor, it's just that they want to get Pooch out. So it's like when Josh won. It wasn't that Josh won, it's that Paul lost. That's what it was. So Amira said the girls are kind of warming up to Taylor. She says this in a confessional. And I said, what? No, they're not. They're not kind of. I think they're, like, tolerating her in some ways more, because then you have to spend, now they've been in the house July 7th, 17 days, 18 days, something like that. At this, well, 24, 18 days. Yeah. So they've been in the house 18 days. When you're around somebody that much, of course you, like, tolerate them more and you get to know more about them and you talk to them and you're bored. So you're like, oh shoot, I might as well, even if you don't like the person. But they're to the point where I feel like all of them are like keyboard warriors, where they're not mean to her face because she doesn't really know that people don't like her. They wait until she does something totally normal and then they go and talk behind her back. They don't say really any of this to her face, which I'm glad they don't, because that would be super shitty. But I don't know. They just, like, I don't like it. I'd rather have somebody come to me and be like, they're talking crap about you. So then I could not go around these people and be like into, oh my God, so tell me about your dog. And then the person's like, did you hear she's asking about my fucking dog? You know, like, I don't want that. So I would need to know how to act accordingly. I wouldn't be a bitch back to them, but I don't want to be stupid. I don't want to look stupid. So that would be me. But who's going to tell her? Who's going to tell her? That's the thing. Nobody's going to tell her. So whatever. Taylor ends up telling Amira that Monty is a target, and Amira goes right to Monty. Maybe not right to him, but, like, she goes and tells Monty. I was like, girl, what are you doing? Are you trying to give, one, Monty another reason to vote Taylor out? Two, what are you doing? Like, I was just like, are you just trying to be messy? Are you just trying to give him a reason to not like her? Because that's what you just did. So that was stupid. Let me keep going. So this episode with Nicole, I was like, girl, do you have a pair of cojones or something like that? Like, what is going on? She shuts down Monty in the storage room because Monty's trying to campaign. And she's like, we're two of the strongest girls, and Pooch is coming after us. And this is like, Post Pack is now on shaky ground because Monty invited Nicole in to the alliance, and now Nicole is like doing whatever she wants. Now, Turner is not in, Pooch is not in the alliance, but it is in one of Monty's alliances, and what's best for Monty's game would have been to keep Pooch. So Amira wants to get, Nicole and Amira want to get rid of Pooch, and Monty and Kyle want to keep him. So that's kind of where we're at there. Now they go to where they're about to vote out, either Pooch or Taylor. Pooch is dressed for like an interview, right? Or like a preseason, like coaches, whatever. He has like a nice shirt on, dress pants, shoes, hair is like... Taylor is in a sports bra and like athletic wear. Very cute athletic wear. She's dressed like everyone else. So I was like, oh man, it's not a blind side. Like, I was like, I don't know. She looked beautiful. So I don't know if she had like something on or something where she, like, just in case she got voted out, she could just like, you know, change real quick. That's what I would do. I'd be like, look, I'm going to dress just like y'all. And if y'all vote me out, I don't want hugs from nobody. I'm so sorry. I got to change. I got a minute to change. Like, somebody hand me my dress. I'm taking off these leggings. I'm slapping on these heels and I'm walking out to see Julie. I don't want to hug anyone. I'll see y'all later. Like, or not. Y'all just voted me out. Especially if I got voted out unanimously. A skirt, you know? So I thought it was pretty obvious. The two words I got from Pooch's speech was he's passionate and loyal. And Taylor, I wrote down great speech. I was like, go girl, go girl. When they were voting, I'm just going to say I'm over the shout outs. They need to tell the house guests, stop doing that shit. Stop doing it. I don't care whose birthday it is. I don't care who you, look, I care who you love, but I don't care. I don't want to hear, hi mom, dad, Chelsea, baby, doody, bobby, lappy. I don't want to hear it. Do you guys want to hear it? Comment below. If you want to hear it, like, if it doesn't bother you, let me know, because it bothers me. I wish that they would not do that. I wish that they would let them give their shout outs during like the end of the night or something, like just yell out. But I don't know. I don't like it. So Pooch gets 12 votes to evict and Pooch is out of there. Now, Jasmine's talking she's hosting the competition. Her voice is like nails on a chalkboard. I tell this to my sister when my sister talks. I'm like, girl, maybe my voice is nails on a chalkboard. And maybe you're listening to me as you like get ready in the morning or something. But Jasmine's voice, I was like, oh my God, stop talking. Like, and I feel like someone said it. It was on Nerdtainment. David said, he was like, I feel like Jasmine's voice is like when I'm trying to do like a caricature or like if I'm trying to fake Southern accent. Now, I lived in Louisiana for 5 years, and I feel like being there for 5 years and being around all them Southern folk, like, I feel like part of it is into my dialect a little bit, but I've never heard anybody talk like I mean, I have heard some people talk like Jasmine, but it's very like, hey, y'all, I just want to know, like, and I don't know, and I don't mind country folk. Like, I really don't. But I'm like, girl, do you really, like, I'm confused. Does she really talk like that? Or is she just, like, exaggerating it for TV? Because if she's exaggerating it for TV, you go, girl, do you. But I want to mute her every time I see her face pop up on the screen. I'm not, but I want to. I can't wait till she get evicted. Actually, she gonna have a whole 3 minutes with Julie, so. But then after that, but Jasmine's probably gonna be there the whole season. They gonna carry her ass to the end. All right, so I don't know what this competition is called. Lighter seats. I don't know. It was kind of like musical chairs, but with lighters. I thought this competition was kind of cute. I did. At first, I was like, wait, what? Put your hand on the lighter. I was like, yeah, that box? Like, I was confused. So, they said if you win okay, let me go back to the Festy Bestie twist. If you win HOH, your bestie is also safe. It's only one set of besties will be nominated. They'll put one set of besties. So, it's not going to be like Battle of the Block. Now, they will play in sets of the veto in sets of besties. So it'll be the HOH bestie, the besties that are nominated, and one more Chit pulled from the bag that, so it'll be 6 players, but just 3 besties playing. 3 pairs of besties playing. If the veto is used, both besties go down and a new set of besties go up. But only one of the besties will be evicted. I felt like I said besties way too many times than I normally say besties. I don't know, did you count that? So, but they don't know what will happen if your bestie is evicted. Now, I feel like they should reshuffle into besties of 3, because at this, no, that doesn't work. Never mind. I thought there was 16 people. I miscounted. If they evict somebody, they'll be down to 13. I don't think that person should be immune. But it's like, how will that work? You know, like, I don't know. I don't know how that will work. Or maybe like a 3 pair. Like they decide to join a bestie pair and then all 3 of them are up. I don't know. Who knows? So, okay. So this competition is played in rounds. They're holding their hands like on these lighters. There's these boxes above their heads. And they're holding their hands up, and there's like buttons. I don't know if there's buttons on both sides or if there's a button on one side. We only saw, I think, from one angle, but they're holding their hands on these buttons, and the lighters are moving back and forth, like, you know, at a concert. I was like, that's why I thought it was cute. So when the music stops, when they put their hands on the button, music will begin for everybody. And then music stops, they have to let go, and then they have to sit down, and there's a sensor in the seat. Julie kept saying sensor, sensor, sensor. So there's a sensor in the seat. So the last one to sit down is eliminated, and they got to take their seat on the bestie stadium chairs. And they get to pick their partners, which I was confused on how this happened. But when they're eliminated, they can either sit with Jasmine or sit with somebody that is already sitting there. Jasmine was already seated. Or they can sit in an empty chair. It was kind of awkward because first Jasmine was like, do you want to sit with me or Terrence or an empty seat? And so it's like the first couple people probably felt like jerks because they were like, oh, I don't want to sit with you. Like, I'm a sit in an empty seat. I think the first like 3 people chose empty seats. I felt like I was doing the Jasmine accent right there, so let me stop. So, yeah, I liked it. I love musical chairs. I'd be like, move. I love it. I remember when I was a kid, me and my dad went to like some mall and they were playing musical chairs, and it must have been for like adults. And I was like, ooh, Dad, can I play? I'm real good at musical chairs. And he was like, no. And I was like, I remember being so sad, but he was like, well, I'll do it. And I was like on the side, like, yeah, musical chairs. Like, I freaking love musical chairs. So I thought this was fun. Terrence is first out. I'm not surprised. He's 47 years old. He can't just jump, jive, dip, dive, dodge, you know? So he's out first. He takes an empty chair. Then Brittany, Joseph, and then Brittany and Joseph both take empty seats. Michael's looking at this like, look, I don't know what's going to happen, but if I get off the block now, if I get out of this competition now, I can sit with Brittany and she's not in my Pose Pack Alliance. And if, you know, then I'll have the numbers if we're up on the block. So he self-eliminates, goes sits with Brittany. Taylor's next. She accidentally lets go, which I'm like, damn, Taylor, come on. She accidentally lets go and she sits in an empty seat. Monty gets out next and chooses Joseph. Nicole purposely gets out. I think she said she purposely got out. And she chooses Taylor. Taylor is excited about this. She thinks she has a great social game and, you know, could help her. Daniel wants to take a chance with that last empty table. So he gets out next. And then, Kyle's out next and chooses Daniel. Final 3 people are Alyssa, Amira, and Turner. They're all 3 going for it. Alyssa's out next, and she chooses Indy because Indy is not in the Pose Pack. Amira versus Turner. Amira really wants it, and I think she also doesn't want to be partners with Jasmine because Jasmine is like a ball and chain, you know? Like, you can't move that fast. You can deal with it, but you can't move that fast with her. So Turner wins, and Amira picks Terrence. So Turner is the new HOH, and he is partners with Jasmine. So Turner, he thinks Nicole and Amira are at fault and wants to go after them. That is his original thought, I think, when they first bring him into the HOH DR. Terrence is glad that Amira is her partner, thinks they can really work well together. And I'm like, little do you know, you got picked because you'll go home over her. Which at that time, I'm sure that was true. I don't know what it is now. I am excited to see. I be checking. I follow the feeds. I follow the live feed streams or the updates and spoilers and whatnot. I'm excited. Tomorrow afternoon is when the veto meeting is. So we'll know by like Monday, like 2-3 p.m. of the results of who was on the block. So if you of the veto, I know who. If you care to check. I'm not going to spoil it, but we know who won. We won't know what the results are, if they're going to stay the same, if somebody's going to be replaced tomorrow, Monday at like, when it's like 2-3 o'clock, something like that. Maybe before then. So Turner thinks Jasmine can open up the girls' side of the house with her because he hasn't been playing the game, basically. So post-pack is bestie with people outside of their alliance. So just like I went over before, Terrence is with Amira, Kyle's with Daniel, Jasmine is with Turner, Monty's with Joseph, Indy's with Alyssa, Taylor's with Nicole, and Brittany is with Michael. Brittany's not too thrilled about it because she's like, you're my actual friend. Like, I don't want to be up on the block against you. So, Turner's HOH room, I thought it was nice. I thought he had a nice heartfelt letter from his girlfriend, Megan. He had some nice pictures, and he got a BB24 hat, which I was like, that would be pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. I don't even wear hats like that. But just something that has, like, BB24 on it. You're already getting this, already. Who says that? You're already getting this, like, BB merch from, like, different competitions that I'm pretty sure they get to keep. So, well, depends what it is, but if it's like a t-shirt, they get to keep it. So I thought it was cool. The have-nots, now Jasmine got to pick because it was the HOH's bestie. Now I'm not sure if it would have definitely been like, say Amira picked Jasmine and Turner was with Terrence. Would Terrence have gotten to pick, or was it because, like, I was just like, So Jasmine got to pick, and the only pair of partners she wanted to pick, I heard that she wanted to pick Taylor, because Taylor also has not been a have-not either. But Nicole has. So she wanted to pick Taylor and Nicole specifically for Taylor, but she didn't want to, like, do that to Nicole. So the only partner pair of both of them that have not been have-nots is Indy and Alyssa. So they're looking at each other like, And then Indy's like, fine, go ahead, like, raise your hand. And Terrence, so Indy knows her have-nots. Terrence tries to talk to her, and she basically, like, says, let me be mad. Like, let me be mad for, like, an hour. Like, I'm not excited about this. And he's trying to give her, like, some tips, and she's not taking it the best. Terrence is kind of like, whoa, and the whole house is kind of like, whoa, right? I don't think it was that bad, at least what they showed us. And I felt like the house needs a new scapegoat. Like, I feel like they do this they're trying to find somebody that right now, Indy's like a snowball. And they're trying to avalanche that into something way bigger. So, I don't know. Like, I'm sure she could have handled it better. But that's not grounds to be like, she's unstable. Or like, she's, we need to get rid of her. Like, I just don't feel like that's grounds for that. Like, Indy definitely could have handled it a lot better. But, I don't know. So, Nicole basically is talking to people in her alliance, and she's like, I want to end up on the block with Taylor next week so I can possibly get a power. Because Julie didn't say it was a power, but she's like, well, what happens when your bestie is evicted? Like, I'll let you know in next week's eviction. So who knows if there's a power, but that's what Nicole's hoping for. Now, some of the boys are up. Now, some of the boys are Joseph, Kyle, and Daniel at this time. They're up in the HOH room and they're throwing out names. They're throwing out Brittany and Michael and Taylor and Nicole. Daniel's not in the Pose Pack Alliance, so he's trying to keep Nicole safe, and he's not really keen on her going up. So he's really leaning into Brittany and Michael. Turner, okay, Turner's like, okay, yeah. So next we come to the last part of the episode. Turner is in the HOH robe, about to give his nominations. Now, normally the house guests are outside, which I was like, why are they stuffed in these? I think it was like 2 bedrooms that they were stuffed in. It was like all of them in this room. And there's one key in the block. There wasn't even another keyhole. So they must have, got their carpenter up there and, got another one together. But the key turns and it is Michael and Brittany. And they're nominated. Now, his reason was that they don't talk a lot of game with him, which I think is just because Brittany is another scapegoat, and Brittany is sketchy to Turner. Brittany also is not the best with talking to people. I think because she did mess up a couple of weeks ago with the whole Pooch, her telling Pooch about Amira and all that stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much this end of the episode. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue watching the show, but I'm not sure if I want to continue. Maybe just like, I don't know. I'm not sure, but let me know if you guys want me to continue. Please comment, like, subscribe, share my videos, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.